How's everybody doing? My name is Alan Roberts. Welcome to the show. We are about to upset some people, but the new American Gladiators, the reboot of 2026, has just ended fat acceptance. I agree for most part that the GLP-1 medication boom. They did a very, very good job of ending most of it by showing that most of these people would, if they could take a drug, try to get healthier, as most of them would. Those that just really are mentally ill are still trying to stay fat. But this pretty much killed it. I don't see anybody. I do not see anybody talking about how uninclusive it is with fat people. They would say fat bodies because they're stupid. But the new American Gladiators are all made up of actual fucking athletes / bodybuilders. Not that bodybuilders aren't athletes, but there's not the same athleticism involved in moving around as it is flexing. If you guys get pissed about it, so it's reality. Most bodybuilders are actually very, very, very good athletes. Fucking Phil Heath is a crazy ass basketball player. A lot of people don't know that, but amazing basketball player. Mark boxes, all sorts. Like bodybuilders can be very athletic. There's also some that can be just pretty much just pin cushions and they lift weight and eat. Reality exists anyway. But especially for the ladies, we are showing that in actuality, everybody needs to understand that you would need to be an extremely tall woman to justify having a 2 at the front of your fucking number. Extremely, right? I will argue that some of these dudes are some of the guys are actually too big to be considered healthy. They probably have waist height ratios in a healthy range, but they obviously have a very serious amount of muscle mass that likely is not attained completely healthily, and it is not on a TRT dose. It is on a much higher dose of the juicy vitamins. But let's take a look at some of the heights and weights of some of these people, right? Just to put things in perspective, right? The cast. Here it is. So this is from Grok, and this is just information found on the net because that's what AIs are good for. But Blaze, also known as Abigail Lay, who I have a picture of on my X to show, she is a fitness coach / volleyball player. She is 6 feet tall. She weighs 185 pounds. Now I know some of you are probably thinking like, oh wow, she's probably like almost too skinny. Like that's crazy. First of all, that's not the case for any female volleyball player. They all got serious jumps, but let's take a look at a few things here. Photos. Media. This is her. Let me switch over. This is her. So just so everybody understands, she's about 185 pounds. I would place her at anywhere between 18 and 24% body fat, depending on the lighting, everything like that. She has side abs, but she does not have full-blown abs, and that is actually very healthy for fucking women. Obviously, very serious quad glute calf development. Can tell she lifts out of her body too. So she is a muscular, decently lean for a female, 6 foot tall woman that weighs 185 pounds. 185 pounds. She's the heaviest female. She is the heaviest female for the American Gladiators. As you can see, we have other ones. We have Crush, Danny Spiegel, who is a CrossFit athlete and gymnast. She is 5'6". She weighs 165 pounds. Empire, who is a pro figure bodybuilder, 5'8", 150 pounds. Huntress, she is a track athlete and power lifter, who is 5'6" and 140 pounds. I bet you she can outlift Anna. We have Hurricane, who is an AEW wrestler and bodybuilder. She is 5'10" to 5'11", and she weighs 160 pounds. Striker, 6'3" to 6'4". Not specified weight, but I think she weighs somewhere around 185 pounds. Supernova, volleyball player, 170 pounds, or 5'10", and she is 161 pounds. Voltage, who is an IFBB pro bodybuilder, powerlifter, rugby player. She weighs 140 pounds at 5'5". The man, it gets a little bit crazier. The Bull is 6'3" and 285. He is a former WWE wrestler. It's Eric Bugenhagen. Eric, lose some weight, buddy. You're not going to live a long time. The statistics on men that weigh over 250 pounds for longevity, whether it's muscle, fat, or any mix of, is fucking catastrophic. It's very, very, very low. But to point out, there are no fat people. Okay, and guess who the competitors are going to be made of? No fat people. You know why? Because being fat's bad for you. Being fat does in fact make you less mobile. It does in fact make you less athletic. Like, I know that you can be athletic and be fat. I mean, shit, we've seen it on WWE wrestling. There's been some very, 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 very athletic big men. Fuck, I remember a guy named Bam Bam Bigelow who could do crazy shit. Incredibly athletic. Wasn't going to live long. I think he got murdered or something like that. I forget, but still unhealthy. Very, very, very unhealthy. It is a rare, anomalous thing for a big person to be very seriously athletic, or at least athletic enough to compete in anything that has any type of movement in it with a smaller person. And we see this in the NFL. There is a reason why you don't have very many 325-pound cornerbacks, because they're slower. There is a reason why we don't see, any, 205-pound linebackers, because they need the weight to do the job. Like, we need to get back to reality actually existing when it comes to the size of the person and the body composition of them. There's a lot of there's an interesting few videos where people are still really pushing this thing. You can't tell if a person is healthy by looking at them. That's fucking complete bullshit. Could you be skinny and not be healthy? Absolutely. You cannot be morbidly obese and be healthy. It's in the goddamn name. And I just wish we could get there, but I'm very happy to see this show. I'm not going to talk long today because I already did one video, but I wanted everybody to understand, like, this is a good direction. I'm not saying that some of these people aren't, too big for reasons that are personally theirs. That is also a very serious issue, but we don't have an epidemic of people taking all sorts of juicy vitamins and then straining the healthcare system to the point where it's trillions of fucking dollars. It was drugs, and they had osteoporosis too. Bam Bam. I mean, that sucks a lot. It's like, I knew he had osteoporosis. I can't even say it. ADHD is fucking with me. But I thought it was a drug overdose or a murder or something like that. I couldn't remember. It happens to a lot of them too. A lot. But he was like a 400-pound person, could do moonsault, which is basically jumping off the top rope and flipping, which is fucking crazy. But because imagine that motherfucker landing on you. God damn. But juicy vitamins. Shout out to Special Sports Science. Good guy. James. Anyway. But listen, folks, I'll be back tomorrow, midday, and at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I just wanted to point out, like, this is a very positive step, because we have to get back to, like, people admiring athleticism, people looking up to people for very positive things. Now, I'm not saying, again, that it's all health. I'm not. Even if you don't take juicy vitamins and you're a pro football player, you're basically having full-grown men run at you at top speed. There's not really anything healthy about that, right? But we have to start looking for the monikers of health. And the monikers of health are not being fat, getting good sleep, getting good stress relief, getting good hydration, those sorts of things. So please understand, this is a positive thing. And if you are one of these people out there that think like, well, they're not inclusive enough on the American Gladiators, sign the fuck up. I would love to see you try to compete on that fucking show. Sign the fuck up. I would love to see it. I would love to see some fucking, 250-pound woman try to fucking compete on that show. She might do well in the pugils. Maybe. But the other shit, I'd love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I hope everybody has a great day. My name's Alan Roberts. Go damn.